All right, so show of hands, who here is currently not making any money with YouTube? We'll just say $1,000 a month or less. Good amount. Who's making? That's good. Good amount. All right, so today we're talking about how Mickey Mouse helped me build a following of 166,000 people on YouTube, and how that made me millions of dollars in the process. So before we begin, just a quick rundown of what I've done. I started 20 years ago when I was 12. I've messed up pretty much every single thing along the way. First thing I started was video game items. So there was this game called Diablo 2, and it would drop these items, and you'd be able to sell them on eBay. I figured out how to do that, made money with that. I started my first real business in high school. That was sophomore year. It was a web hosting company. That's like totally the thing I should have stuck with. Looking back, everyone makes that dumb mistake. So I got that to about $30,000 a month. I had like full-time staff. I was too young to really understand what I had at that point. So just like all good things, if you don't attend to them, they kind of have a tendency to collapse. So that was the first big failure. I started a game server company along with that. That's like other gamers would need servers to host their various games, and I provide a solution for that. So that was a different business that I started. I did a free web hosting service. It was a cool idea. It was kind of like Tumblr. Didn't quite nail that one, but it was a good idea at the time. So from there, I was like, all right, shit.
I'm out. I'm done.
No, you're done. He's done. I'm done. Tim's done. All right. So from there, I went to Amazon affiliate marketing. I saw that a lot of my web hosting customers were affiliates. So I was like, all right, let's just go down the totem pole. I don't know why I thought that'd be a good idea, but I did it. And so I made it to Amazon affiliate marketing work pretty well. Did that in 2009. Then I went on ClickBank. I had a ClickBank #1 bestseller 2010, 2011 or so. And along with that, did WordPress launches, and I've been doing YouTube for the last 5 years or so. All right, so here's essentially why I. Oh, brain froze on that slide. I'm just going to skip past that because they're kind of videos. That was just Onyx and Gall saying I'm badass. There's Gary Vee, there's Frank Kern. All right, so here's essentially why I moved away from launches. So it's kind of like a dog-eat-dog world in the JV space, and everyone says that they have your back, and everyone's like, yeah, bro, you got to be abundant. You got to be abundant. And then when it comes time for you to get repaid, they're like, oh, sorry, man, I sold the business, or it doesn't fit my brand, or shit like that. So I was like, all right, I can't count on the affiliates when. And let me rephrase that. When you're doing well, like everyone wants to know you and they want to support you. But when you have that first failure or two, people kind of know that, and because of that, they're less like people kind of don't want to associate with you anymore. So I was like, all right, shit. I gave all this goodwill out into the affiliate space, and it wasn't really repaid. So I was like, all right, everyone here is awesome, by the way. So I'm talking about the ClickBank days, just like a long time ago. So it was very like vulture-like. People were talking about you have to really treat your fans with respect. It was very, man, it was almost like very scammy, and everyone was like, let's just get all the money. Let's get all the money, like fuck everybody else. Let's try to leech and steal from people almost. So I was like, all right, that's not for me. So anyway, I made the transition to social media, and here's another point I want to mention. When you're in this position, you're kind of like competing for the customer, and when you move towards social media, it's kind of the other way around, where the customers compete to give you money. So that's kind of the position you want to be in. I think if you want to be successful in life, it's not really getting really good at competing. It's just learning how to kind of sidestep and find the place where not everyone's putting their attention to, or find out a way to. I'm going to explain that. Anyway, just sidestep so you don't compete. So this is where I'm at right now. This shift was very hard to make because when you're in the affiliate space, it's kind of comforting to know that there are people supposedly out there that can help you. You never really know until that's the case, but it's a comforting feeling to know that you have backup. But when you go it alone, it's very scary because you're like, man, I could totally leave this safe spot, and this might not work, and I could be totally broke, or whatever. I could spend all my money, I could spend 2 years on it, but I could have been staying over here where it's nice and safe. So I made the transition. It was about 12 months. I was shitting myself for about 12 months, hitting the YouTube channel every single day, going after subscribers, basically one subscriber at a time. And people have been talking about this. Colin's mentioned this. Jamie, you just talked about it too. You have to really. What happened up there? So treat your subscribers like gold. So when you get used to fighting for one subscriber at a time, you really value that one person, and the more that you do live streams, the more that you interact with your customer, you really do understand that they are a person, and every single person that you're talking to would literally like to be in one of these seats here today. They're just not there yet. So if you kind of abuse that relationship, your business is going to go down. This is a business where it's very goodwill oriented, and once you kind of break that commandment, that's the downfall of really any business as far as I'm concerned. So basically what I'm saying is avoid the temptation to digitalize your audience. I don't like to talk about things like, I pulled in 100 leads today. That's a very poor way to look at it. We've talked about this enough today, so let's move on from there. So yeah, basically in this space, the real thing that we're selling is goodwill. We're not, we provide software, but it's really that positive feeling that we give to the customer or the audience member that creates that goodwill, and that's where the magic happens when you start to snowball that you skew that goodwill towards the customer end. That's when you start to get some real marketing power, in my opinion. So goodwill is essentially another word for money. Let's see here. So here, oh shit. There, I'll just do it anyway. So yeah, here's the problem with the traditional launch model. Okay, so you have your. I wasn't sure how to go, so I'll turn. Okay, so here's the problem with the traditional launch model. You have a huge bottleneck along the way as far as being able to give goodwill to your audience. The only way they can experience what you have to offer is they either opt in or they buy your product, and then from the back end there, hopefully if you do the good thing, you can build up your goodwill over time, day by day. But the problem is what about everyone from the front who doesn't buy? This is what I've learned is that it takes a long time to get someone to buy. They say it takes an average of 7 introductions to a particular offer. I think it's more like 100 to get everyone to buy. So you're missing a huge part of the audience. So what I decided to do is kind of flip the equation and put all my good shit up front and give that away for free. So I essentially put that on YouTube. And by doing that, it really skews that equation of goodwill, and the customers and your viewers are more willing to share what you have if you put it out there for free. So that was the idea. My idea was basically I'm going to take the things that are sold on, like for example, people would sell on the Warrior Plus forum. I'm going to take things that I could sell, just give that type of content away for free on YouTube. So I call this the Disney World funnel. So what I also did in addition to this was, here's the YouTube side. They come in, they buy my stuff, and I've really added a lot of, I call it deadbeat lore into the product and they go through the members area. They get to experience a lot of funny, quirky little deadbeat isms, I guess you could say. And this is based off the idea of Mickey Mouse. The way they created that magic around Mickey Mouse, it's kind of one of the things I wanted to talk about with this deadbeat character in here. So, okay, so. All right, here's this example of some types of things I have, like my email sequences and stuff. This will be this is probably like a Facebook post or something. Here would be like an email follow-up. I don't know if you guys can see that. I do like weird things, like I find cool locations and have my robe on and sleep in them. This is also videos and stuff. So I include this in some of my follow-ups. Each email I send out usually has some kind of unique thing like this, whether it be to a customer or a new subscriber. This really helps to kind of like add dimension to the character, rather than where I'm just sitting up on my sales page. I'm just sitting there in a chair pitching the product. Now that they see me in a different location doing something different, I really think this helps to dimensionalize the character or the brand in a different way, and helps get the brain kind of firing off in a different way. So that's an example. Here's one. There's not going to be a sound with this. Matt Neer's in this one. Let's see, we'll play this. I'll just say what he was saying in it. So, I don't know if you guys can hear this or not. Is this, am I being coherent, by the way? I can't really tell. Okay, I'm good. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Shit. Oh wait, slow, slow. This is the one that was blocked. Yeah, alright, fuck it. So, yeah, I'm almost a quick little video. Matt's in there, and I'm asleep on a workout bench with like a 5-pound weight in my hand, and Matt comes in and he's like, I just came in here to the gym, and I just found this lazy guy just passed out on the bench, and I'm like, just passed out with a 5-pound weight in my hand. So there's another example. Here's another, crap. That was at Tom Jefferson Rock. So that was, that's one of my product funnels there. This is my Instagram. I got about 37,000 people on there. So basically where I'm getting at with this is that this different type of media really helps to like stretch out the idea of the brand. All right, so anyway, when you get through all this, I call it the honeymoon phase. This is like the first 2 weeks that someone's introduced to your brand here. They're literally spend so much time with me, especially with YouTube. Then during this first 2 weeks, then they will with their own spouse. So, shit, it's freezing. Okay, so that's how I wish it was. But 90% of my audience is dudes, so it's probably more like that. Okay. So, all right. So the real matching on YouTube is this. People spend a lot of time with you. If you think about a webinar, for example, they're coming in for about an hour and they might not interact with you again after that. But with YouTube, because they're able to spend, let's say you launch a video a day, we talk about 5 minutes there, next day another 5 minutes, that really stacks up over months on end. So you've done all the hard work up front. You've done all the pre-selling, you've done all the goodwill. The goodwill equation has shifted to 90% to them, like 10% to you. So at this point, because they've already got so much from you, all the hard work's done. So because of that, what I was going to say is selling high-ticket items is really easy. That's the one thing. I mentioned this later on. Let's skip that. All right, just erase that last 10 seconds there. So here's what makes YouTube so powerful. There are many different ways to get a lot of free traffic from YouTube. One of the best ways is on this side of the page here. This is called the suggested video. If your video really ticks that box as far as it really connects well with the audience there, they promote the hell out of it over here. Another good place to get traffic on YouTube is through the search box up here. This is great for starting off a new channel or brand new videos, or if you don't have authority with your channel. Really honing in on the SEO aspect of YouTube is a huge game changer. I think a lot of people get this wrong with new channels. Another third way is through the share box. So people will either share it on Facebook. You'd be surprised how many people will do that. It's like literally like hundreds of shares per day. Spread out through all the whole videos. They're also embedded on their blogs and stuff. All that's a huge ranking factor for getting your video to go viral there. All right, here are the 3 more additional traffic sources. So you have the subscription box. Anytime someone subscribes, they will see a little notification. This is a smaller one. This one does all right. This is called the notification bell icon. It's a pain in the ass to get people to take that. You're always like, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification button. It's like 50 extra different steps. So there's that one. This goes nuts. If you have a video that goes viral, if it lands up in here, this is sometimes it randomly promotes your stuff here. You can get like 50,000 views in the first day. It just keeps going and going when done right. So this is like I think it's called the home. If you look in the stats on YouTube, this is called like the home features. This is like what you want to shoot for if you want to get the viral aspect going. That's kind of hard to game that. You never really know for sure. Sometimes you do. When you're making the video, you're like, ooh, yeah, this is gonna be good. But this is a little harder to game that. All right. Okay, so this is on Google. Everyone knows this. It's experienced. You basically have 4 options here to get on the first page of Google when done right. So I really like to target SEO on YouTube videos. Here's essentially the process. So we start with a keyword, and by the way, each one of these is equally important. There's not one that's going to provide better results. Although if you basically mess up any one of these, your video, no matter how good it is, it's going to fail. So step 1, keyword research. Step 2, title and thumbnail. Step 3 is the video. We'll talk about that. Step 4 is publish, and 5 is the follow-up. So from here we have keyword research. All right, so I just take a make money online term. I have YouTube channels in all kinds of other different niche markets. I do home remedies as one of my bigger ones there. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars in that space. So this works in any niche. I'm just going to use this for the examples over here. You know, we're all kind of in the same area here. So I've just gone through, picked a make money phrase. We have something like, you know, make $100 a day online. All these are kind of related. Each one is its own individual keyword, so I can kind of use this later on for tags. But I'll try to base the video around, let's see, so at 1,000, I'll usually look at that, be like, all right, that's pretty good. So get it from there, 1,000, there's another one here for like 1,300, another make $100 a day. So we're talking thousands. That's pretty good. It's a good way to kind of get a foothold into the market there. So from here, what we'll do, once we have the keyword, this is actually very, very important. I usually do this last in the process. I'm moving it up just for training purposes here. It's the thumbnail and the title. So here's an example. There are two different types of videos you can make. I call one an engagement video and one more an outreach video. So this is, oh shit, battery running low. Am I good? Am I going too fast or? All right, good. All right, thank you. Yeah, all right, thank you. All right, so this is an example of an outreach video. What I want to do is break down the important parts of the thumbnail. That's super important. If you mess this up, you can forget about getting any traffic. It's like one of the most important things. Although, like I said, everything is equally important. So that's kind of contradictory. All right. So the keyword was make $100 a day online. You see, I've kind of worked this in. This is the example of the title. I've worked it in. Ideally, you probably want to move the keyword up closer to the front. But this kind of like this deadly simple thing kind of makes it seem like, oh, what's in there? So sometimes you play with that. It's kind of like an art to know where to do that. But you see, I have the root keyword, make $100 a day online. This is probably going to hurt me a little bit here to add the 200 in there. So I don't know why I did that. No, I looked at that. It should just be that condensed like that. And we have this over here just to kind of add some uniqueness to the video, spice it up a little bit. I don't normally, in this video, on my channel, I don't normally talk about Facebook ads. So the idea was like, I need to get some fresh stuff going on. All right, so here's the important part of the thumbnails here. You want to just make sure that you never put any text over here because they're going to have that time box. If you look at a YouTube video, there's a timer on there. Whatever you put there is going to get overlaid with that, so you want to avoid that. You always put text. I use, at most, this is probably breaking the rule. Let me add this. I try to go 5 words, maybe 3 if I'm really good. This is an advanced topic, so I broke it down. This is kind of breaking the rule, but you know, whatever. So we got that. I really make sure with money signs or whatever, any kind of money, people like the money. That's like one of the hot things. So I make sure that that's kind of like, bam, really stands out. I like to have black behind a black stroke or black drop shadow that helps get the text off of the background, which will make it pop. Like if you notice, it kind of just goes blam. It's because of that black stroke there. So that's a small tip that's really important. Black stroke or white, depending. White could have been fine, but the text here is white. So if it was black text with a white stroke, that'd be better. That's a really important tip. Next thing is I also usually put a picture of me. You don't have to do this with my home remedy stuff. I usually just put a picture of like the ailment. So let's say they have like a skin tag or something. I'll just find like a real nasty picture of a skin tag, and they have to click that. So they do that. But I just put a picture of me. I do the crazy faces sometimes just because it's kind of creepy and people like want to click on that for whatever reason. So I do that. But yeah, this type of video is more of an outreach video because I'm trying to rank for a keyword here. So this will help bring in outside people from search, from suggested video, and Google search if it ranks. So I call that outreach video. I just kind of made that up on the fly there, that name. Here's an engagement video. This is if I really want to like get my existing audience back into re-engaged. I will do kind of like it's kind of like a mystery type thing. Like it doesn't say exactly what it is, and you have to click it to find out. So it says free traffic is dead. They're like, oh shit, what's happening about free traffic? So they're like, I got to find out. And I said, and why make money online is game over. So I've worked in some fear tactics here. People are like, I got to find out now. Is this all going to go to shit? I don't know. So let's watch the video to find out. So the reason why you want to do these is it's very important to, let's say you have 100,000 subscribers. You have to get a lot of clicks on, like each video, let's say I launch a video today, gets 10,000 clicks, that's usually pretty good. the next one tends to follow that trajectory. So that one will probably do a little bit better. But if I publish a dud, then you gotta have to kind of adjust for that. So let's say you do one that only does 3,000 views, the next one's gonna probably sit around that territory there. So these help get out of that. So that's why I do that. Okay. So step 3 is the video. There are many different formats you can use. 3 to 4 minute ones work well for like home remedy, very short topics. Mostly I focus on the 7 to 10 or like 8 to like 12. Somewhere around there is kind of the sweet spot for your training videos. And live streams, I do anywhere from 1 hour to about 4 hours. 4 hours, I do those. It's real intense. I'm literally on there for 4 hours. I'll do those during like launch close for the last, Jamie was saying he's on there, you were saying you were on there until like 11:15. I do the same thing. I'm on there, half the sales come in that last hour if you're on that live stream. So I usually queue that up at 8 p.m. and I start promoting the shit out of that the day before. And the first day I usually give away some prizes on there as well. That gets a ton of people online for that. So that styles of video. So here's an example of one of my, this is just PowerPoint. So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to show my face, man. I'm too much of a pussy. I don't want to show my face. Here's how you, these work really well, surprisingly. If you do this right, if you get your voice and the tone of the voice right with the slides and the presentations, PowerPoint slides can be really powerful. So all these are just about, these are typically like 3 minutes or so. It's just images and a breakdown of the text, and at the end, I'll talk about the end later. At the end, I basically say, go check out my site for something that I recommend that could do a little better. All right, here's another example. This is totally outsourced. I used to think she was so hot back in the day. I said, I can't tell that story yet, man. All right. So these work. They're hard. You have to micromanage the hell out of these. So I tend not to do these, but if you don't want to do the PowerPoint slides, you don't want to do it yourself, this can work. You literally have to spell out every little step of the script, what you want the person to do, what you want them to wear. All that plays a factor. So I try to avoid these. These can work though. I'll usually use these when if I have a channel filled up with a bunch of PowerPoint slides. I'll usually work in some videos of people just to make it seem like a more real, a real thing. Okay, in person. Oh yeah, I can't play it. Shit. Damn it. Well, I was going to break down that video. I can't do that now. So here's the general format is your intro to the video. It's like, all right guys, in this video I'm going to show you I'm going to show you 17 online markets that are really going to crush it in the future. We're talking 2023 or beyond. So if you get on the wave right now, you'll be well positioned into the future to really ride these waves. So that said, we're going to jump right into the tutorial and get to the good stuff. All right, so that's like the first little bit. I do that in person. And then I will run an intro. So it's like usually a 5-second little intro loader type video that goes sandwiches there. And then you have your content. That's about 3 tips or 1 really good tip. So that usually spans about 5 to 7 minutes. And then from there, you have the call to action, which can vary in length. I like to keep those short. I usually put those at the end, and I'll typically send to an opt-in page from there. I'll just say, all right, guys, so if you want to learn how to really tap into these, the actual technical steps, I show you from scratch how to build an affiliate marketing business, everything from blah, 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 the comfort of your own home. You can do it for free. You can get up and running within the next 24 hours. Go to deadbeatuniversity.com/guide, and I'll give you that guide for free. So then you go to my opt-in page, you opt in, and all good from there. So basically, in other words, I use YouTube mostly for lead gen, and then I will sell a good bit, and we'll talk about that in a second. I said lead gen. Shit. All right, live streams. These are basically like mini webinars. It's the same exact process. It's just a little bit more informal. You can shout out to people. It's like, hey, is anyone, who's on today? What's up, Bob? What's up, Dan? People will chime in like, oh yeah, man, I've been watching all your live streams. You get a quick little interaction with your audience. These can be done literally daily. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing, but people love these live streams, especially if you keep it interesting and fresh. You can run these every single day because when you publish it, YouTube will promote it as well. So it's like constantly bringing in new people. They stay consistent all the time. So for those of you that are really big in the webinars, you might consider running some live streams on a daily basis. That's going to be really powerful. I personally run out of products to promote, so I stopped those when I'm not promoting. All right, thumbnail. So with a live stream, you have to prepare your thumbnails and titles in advance. Can I get some wine real quick?
Let's get it for you first.
Yeah, thank you. So you have to compare the thumbnail and video title in advance because just the way you have to set it up. Just make sure to do that. If you don't, you're just going to have a horrible thumbnail when you publish it. All right, for the live stream. All right, here's what I do for a really big turnout. Sometimes we go up to 600 people. Oh, thank you. 600 to 700 people live for these. So my general process is usually the day before I will start warming them up for that. So the day before I'm going to, all right guys, tomorrow at 4 p.m. I either go for 4 p.m. or 8 p.m. for the live streams. I said, all right guys, tomorrow at 4 p.m. I'm going to be going live. I'm giving away a laptop. I'm giving away all these cool bonuses, and we're going to be talking about the step-by-step process to do whatever. So create a YouTube business, whatever it is. So I warmed that up the day before. The morning of, I mentioned it again in email. I'll do email blasts. I'll have like some Facebook fan page material made up too. I'll post that in the morning as well. And then from here, I've been working on Instagram. I'm still trying to crack that out. I'm not sure if that works or not. That can just be a good reminder. All right. Good morning. So here's where the majority of the heavy lifting is about 2 hours before the live stream. So I will run a Facebook fan page blast. I'll send to my email list 2 hours before, and then the real magic comes in with this Facebook Messenger, blasting it on Facebook Messenger. This is like so profitable, Facebook Messenger. If you guys don't have that, you should maybe consider getting that going. I do that 30 minutes before going live, and then on the live stream, basically, I give away things like laptops. I'm basically like, all right, guys, at the end of the stream, when we give away laptops, iPads, cash, this gets people to attend and the stay to the end. So do that. Sometimes I get up to about $3,000 to $4,000 in contests, cash prizes that I give. That can be worth it if you have a high ticket product. I have a feeling I'm overloading everyone. So are we good? All right, just say yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. All right. Okay, so this is important. You really have to tune your videos up instead of just adding a thumbnail and publishing it. You have to go a little extra mile to get that extra little bit out of it. So there are things I focus on for this, and this is really important early on. So if you don't have an established channel, this is like super crucial. I usually don't do this too much anymore because it just takes too much time. I'm lazy, so at my level, I've stopped doing this. But for the first year or so, I did this on every video. All right, so I still do this one every day. So I go to the keyword tool, like I showed you an example of that keyword. All those keywords that are related to the topic, I just copy and paste those into the tag box of YouTube. So I try to keep it super targeted. If it's like, for example, the keyword is make $100 a day online. If one of the tags is earn $100 a day online, I might not put that in because it's not entirely targeted. That could be a whole different video. The difference between earn and make could be two different types of videos there. All right, did that make sense? All right. This is important. You want to have in your video descriptions, you want to have at least 500 words in there. Again, you want to drop in the keywords for your tags. You can max that out. I think 750 is the max. If you can do that, do that. Let's see here. Syndicate your videos. This is the top sharing sites. So I go to Fiverr. What I do, this can be a little risky, but if you have a new channel, it's worth it. It's okay to do. Don't quote me on that though. So I go to Fiverr, I look for manual providers who will take my video file and submit it to other video sharing sites, usually like second tier, third tier video sites. The reason why you want to do this is, first of all, those videos typically just like sit out there on the bowels of the internet and they can get traffic for many, many years to come. So it's just kind of like a free bonus, but secondly, a lot of them will embed the YouTube code onto that video site or that social platform, and that's a little rank boost for a video. So if you get that going within the first 24 to 48 hours of the video release, that's a good thing to do. Where am I? Yeah, this is a shit ton of info. Yeah. Okay, social media following. So hit your fan pages up if you have that, email list, hit that up. This is right after you publish the video, within a couple hours. Usually I try to do it within about an hour. So I publish the video, I head right over to get response, send emails out, I'll drop it on my Facebook page, anywhere I can to get traffic for it. If you have a new channel, this is what I'll do if I'm in like a space I don't really know how to, I don't have any assets in. I'll hit up Quora and Facebook groups. These are great sources to get that jump start on your videos. All right, another thing you can do is, So I'll use Bing ads sometimes, depending on the cost of it. If I have a new channel, for example, I'll just spend like $50 a video just to kind of get it that initial jump start traffic. It's really important when every time you publish a new video, you get traffic to it as soon as you can. That kind of gets it rolling, kind of like a snowball. All right. Follow up. All right, this is where all the money is made. The follow up. So on my channel, I essentially alternate the call to actions. For the outreach videos, I will say, get my free guide. For my engagement videos, I'll typically say, buy my product. So I try to alternate those this way. I can get a good mix of getting new, fresh customers in, new, fresh subscribers, and make money at the same time. Everyone wins there. And then the majority, and then once they opt in, here's how I have this set up. I have about a 45-day email sequence. Each one of those sends to a video I've already published on YouTube. And that video, each one of those videos is a content video that promotes my product at the end. So it's more content, and they opt in, they're literally getting more free videos, and it's just my promotion of my product at the end. You could, if you want to be more aggressive about it, you could turn that into promotion as well. Right? Just talk about that. All right, this is the one mistake I made. I wish I could go back in time 2 years. I've done so much better. I'm doing great. This has been a whole nother level. I messed up. I priced a product at the front end at $17. I kind of trapped myself there because it was an older product. I redid it, so I was kind of stuck at that price point. If I could go back, I would totally price everything now at $497 or $1,000. $497 is kind of like the sweet spot, though. That's where you get that impulse. It's still an impulse buy territory. But if you really want to stretch that product line out further, if you want to get the max out of that, you can charge $1,000 for that. And make sure you have a good follow-up sequence, a good process to hit that. All right. So So anyway, I should charge more money. All right, this is where I think the future of marketing is going. I don't think email marketing is enough anymore because it's just very one-dimensional, and it's easy to get thrown in the wayside because no one really checks. People do check email. It's just that it's not like their forefront method of connecting to the internet. So I really make sure with my YouTube channel, I pull up all my other social media channels along with it. So I'll kind of lead with YouTube. I'll get them to opt in, and then from my opt-in list, any follow-up email I have, I get them to opt into my Messenger, my YouTube channel, my Instagram. I don't know why they'd already probably be subscribed at this point. The Instagram, Facebook, and Live Messenger. So this way, I work in a little bit of diversity, just in case YouTube goes down. That can happen. At least you have something. Most importantly, these are great ways to reach your audience at a different time of the day, to remind them about your upcoming live event or new video. Whereas with just email, you're just hoping that they're checking their email all the time. You miss a good window of the day to communicate with your audience and really build the dimension of your brand there. Here's an example of my ManyChat. This is how I get people to opt in to subscribe to my ManyChat. I basically put together a free course. I give that as a giveaway thing. Once they opt in, they click the messenger thing, and it auto sends the link to that freebie. So that's important. This is so valuable. If that's all you take away from this, is that, get that going. That's so valuable. Oh shit, man, I loaded this up. Holy crap. Man, okay, so let's just go through this quick. Audio is really important. You want to get a good microphone. If your camera sucks, that's fine. Audio sucks, forget about your video. So audio and lighting, important. Work on cutting out your ums and ahs. I usually start with like a 20-minute video before I get editing, after I get all the ums and ahs out, shrink it down to about 7 minutes. So you want to make sure that there's no extra space in there where you'd be surprised attention spans aren't as great as you think they are. So even a little extra millisecond of blank space that shouldn't be there, I cut all that out. I cut all the ums, any kind of repeats of any phrases or accidentally say twice, I'll go in and cut all that out. So it's just very direct. You have to, the way I like to think of it is you have to respect your customer's time or your viewer's time. And once you start thinking that way, I don't want to waste their time at all, you do much better. Videos do much better. Here's an important tip. This is what I've been working on more lately. instead, I've only been doing one call to action to subscribe, but I'm now working this in. Anytime I drop like a really good piece of information, I'm like, boom, make sure you subscribe again. Because you want to remind them constantly throughout the video. So increase the subscriber rate, like an extra percentage or so. That's important though in the long run. That'll help out a lot. Let's see here. This works as the pain in the ass. So this is good to start if you really want to get your channel jump started here. You give away a $25 or $50 cash contest in the video. You're like, all right guys, so here's what the topic is about. If you comment below with something related to this video, you have a chance of winning $25. Just I'll call you out and get the PayPal. So that really like quadruples the amount of comments you get. That's great for getting your YouTube video kind of rolling there. It also gets more people watching. This is important. If you have any thank you pages or members areas, I recommend that, especially if you're going to make money in the online space, you shoot a short 1-minute video that's like, all right, thanks for opting in. Before I give you the free stuff, right there in this video is a subscription link for my YouTube channel. You should consider maybe hitting that, because I give a lot of good stuff away there. And underneath that is the free thing that you opted in for. So do that. I'm working on, this is what I'm working on now. I'm just getting this, working on this $1,000 price point, really honing in the webinar, and this will be the next step for me. So I think that's it. There's one more. Oh, then this way I can start tapping into retargeting and make that more profitable, and start targeting specific videos in the space. All right, that's it.
Yes, I have a question. I black-hatted your stuff, but I haven't watched it yet. But the reason I did that was because you had one bullet in there that I'm curious, and that is, how is it that you take other people's content and speak on it with an expert positioning, or how, basically make your videos where, because I know you mentioned that not all the content, like the natural health stuff, may not be your content. So how do you go about researching that or whatever it is, and then putting it into video form?
Yeah, sometimes I go to Upwork and find specific experts in that. I found doctors on there. Sometimes they'll have them write like ebooks. I don't know how they got in that position. Maybe they're dead or they have a crack problem or something. So you'd be surprised. Like there's doctors, licensed doctors. I've seen like I don't know, maybe they could have faked it, but I've seen like their certifications and all that. So that's one way. You could just go and research it on Google and forums.
Well, like when you do your IM videos and stuff like that, is that more of your personal history where you're giving the tips and advice, or is that just like something you would have no clue about, like say Facebook bots or something like that? Is that something you would go research, buy a couple products, and then start speaking on it, or?
I usually just talk about only the stuff I've done on my channel. So I've been doing it for so long, so I got like a whole range of different experiences on there. But yeah, you could do that. You could. I eventually want to get into some other topics, so I've been learning some more about like Shopify and all that. So.
But a majority of it's your personal experience.
All of it is, yeah.
Fantastic. Cool. Thanks, man.
Yep. Even.
Do you write down your video ideas like a week in advance or something?
Nah, that's too much work.
So you do it in the morning, right?
I just do it like 15 minutes beforehand. I'm like, all right, video time. I usually hit that keyword planner up and just try to mine for some data there. Sometimes I'll look at other channels and see if there's a topic that might spark an idea there. So yeah, I'm lazy, so yeah.
So then, do you, you're here right now, right? So you don't do daily uploads, or do you record videos in advance and then schedule upload, or?
Yeah, you could do that. I've been lazy the last 2 weeks, so some guys do every day. That's hard to do. I've done my record's been 50 days, one video a day. That works really well. By the way, as an extra tip, you should do a 30-day video challenge where you start a new channel, one video a day for 30 days. That really helps that channel break through. It's very draining though. So, it's only, some people can do it. I don't know how the hell they do it. They must be just taking Adderall all day and just making videos or something. Smoke pot. I don't know how the hell they do it. They do it. Jonathan?
If you're starting these 30-day video channels and you put some YouTube ads, does that help in trying to get that initial traffic going?
I found that a lot of the YouTube ad traffic doesn't stick around long enough. So they come in and watch 5 seconds and you'll see 70% of the traffic drop off. And that's going to really mess up the stats for the video because YouTube really rewards videos that have a very long audience retention. So you get that, for whatever reason, the Google Ads traffic has a very short retention. So it can kind of mess up the new video. I don't do that, but Bing Ads works though. because it's so targeted. So I use Bing Ads for that instead. Okay. Yes.
Do you whenever you're talking on a new subject or something that you want to get more advice, do you ever bring in someone else into your videos and then you kind of shoot the shit with each other and explain about the particular subject that you might be talking about?
Yeah, like a collaboration video.
Yeah.
That's totally something you can do. I've used Zoom for that. There's issues. Some reason it has some kind of weird lag issue with the Zoom. So GoToWebinar could be better, but the audio, that's an issue. So there's real no good as far as I know. You could use Skype. What I usually do though is, I'm trying to think, I did one with Jamie Lewis. What did we do for that? That might have been on Skype. That worked out pretty well. But yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that works. Yes.
You know how do you get around the videos that are suggested after your video? Do you ever add your own videos to the playlist or?
Oh, you're talking about when the video ends?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think you can disable that. I noticed that, but I haven't really played with that.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it'd be nice, but really probably realistically, if you look at the stats, 5 to 10% will stay to that last second. So it's really not too bad.
Yeah.
Although that 10% is probably your best audience, so
Yeah.
that's kind of like, oh shit. But, hold on one second. Jamie?
Yeah, you kind of mentioned that you have multiple channels.
Yeah.
When you're doing the different channels, inside your one account, you're able to have, what is it, 25 different channels? in
Yeah,
one
yeah.
account? Do you use that, or do you separate into a different, so your home remedies, is that a completely different account that you're in, or all your channels under the one umbrella?
Yeah, I'm paranoid, so I got different phones and different phone numbers, and just I can create different channels for every topic that I'm in. Probably doesn't do anything, but just for peace of
You have
mind.
different personas for each channel?
Most of my other channels are PowerPoint slides, so it's my voice on there. I get the outsourcer sometimes to do it. You can do animated videos too. Those are just my voice, and I just do PowerPoint slides. But yeah, those are different channels, different email, different Gmail, different phone number. I try not to even log in sometimes to make sure there's no IP. So,
Do you use a VPN
IP.
for that?
Yeah, I'm worried about that though. I'm a little paranoid. So, you never know. Yes.
Jonathan?
Have you tried this new that Facebook Watch?
Is that what the Facebook live streams?
Is it the watch party thing?
Yeah, the Watch
Yeah.
I've not tried that. No. I got to get my Facebook game up a bit. But YouTube's working good for me, so I figure I stick with that.
Then do you monetize videos to channel? And there's
With Google Ads, no. The way it works is the ad revenue is usually just a fraction of what you can make if you do live streams and sell your own products. It's literally like 5% or less. The other issue, I'm always paranoid that some guy can go in there and look at my account. So I don't want them digging through my stuff just because it's a gray area topic. So I'm just not gonna even mess with that. I don't want I feel like a dumbass if I just try to get an extra 5% out and lost the whole channel. So that's my thoughts behind that.
Sarah, you had a question?
So 2 questions. Number 1, what are your best image hacks? So the thumbnail that you upload. So someone suggested me that the thumbnail that you upload, it should be the name of the thumbnail should also be renamed as per the keyword of the video.
Yeah.
And what are other hacks do you have, if you have any?
About thumbnails?
Yes.
Oh, shit, too far. Okay, yeah, so you'll see it could be a little bit closer to make $100 a day online, but it's just super simple. It would probably do a little a margin better if I had make instead of that. But I was really trying to go for I was trying to spice it up a little bit because at this point I've already published a bunch of these more generic titles. So I was trying to make it kind of not try to stand out from because right before this I did 5 of these make money topics. So if you're asking the keyword would be here, it would definitely be better if I had that up there. You want it to match up in this case, but this is the other style though. It's kind of it's really hard to explain this. This is a weird obscure idea. This kind of creates I don't really know how to describe this in my head. It's in my head, but it's not coming out. The thumbnail hacks. The one thing I was saying was This very important to have stroke around here, or otherwise the text you don't want the text to bleed into the background. That'll happen if you don't put a see that black line. And see how this is white? See how it makes it really stick off like that? That's so crucial. Usually a funny face. You want to make sure that you have always have eye contact with the camera and the thumbnail. I see a lot of people just kind of like doing something like this. For some reason, like I think it pulls people's attention. You see eyes, so I think we're naturally, our instinct is to do that as like a predatory response thing. So we have eyes like that can help. Eyes on the camera. Let's see.
Aura around you as well. So you stand out.
Oh yeah. We add that in. That's a my designer does this part. When I'm lazy, I can't do it this good. When I'm doing them, they're kind of looking like this. Like this. But you'd be surprised, these work really well. Here's another tip here. To see how this is very bright. This will pull certain colors. There's a hot pink that draws attention really well. This blue color, I don't know the exact text value for that. When you see it mixed with like 30 other thumbnails, it just like pops right off. It's impossible not to see it. When you work into very clean text, I don't really have any effects on these, but the black stroke, this can do about 95% as well as the higher quality, more expensive graphic design. Yes?
How many different robes do you have in your wardrobe?
I have 7 of them, one for each day. I want to do a skit on that where in the closet they're like lined up and I'm just like trying to figure out which one to pick.
Yeah. So you talked about you don't do videos daily. Is there any general frequency in which you do videos?
Well, if I wasn't lazy, I would totally do a video day. Some guys do. Now I do it. I'm running out of shit to talk about. To be honest, I've done 350 videos on this channel, so I'm like trying to rack my brain for things I haven't talked about. A lot of times I'll be like, shit, I already did a video on that. It's getting hard for me to come up with new stuff. That's why I'm starting to learn more and try to come up with some different ideas.
Do you ever syndicate to different formats? I know your video, but we spoke about content syndication, but can that help with traffic as well? Do you suggest that?
Like put it on like Facebook and
so
stuff.
like
Yeah,
slideshow
totally.
and things like okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. Yeah, that's what those Fiverr providers will do.
Yeah,
They'll actually do it all
exactly.
for you.
Yeah.
So they do it manually. It's like $5, $6, totally worth it because
Yeah.
let's just say it gets an extra 500 views. About 5% of that will go to your site. So that's what's 5%? 25. So let's just say it's $1 UPC you get per click. There's an extra $20 or whatever. I know it's a small amount, but more importantly, it helps the snowball. Yeah. Oh yeah.
A quick one. It's a bit of a topic that pops up, but for marketers here, from your perspective, that should be doing video, but it might be a confidence issue. Number one, how important or how has it affected your business by doing videos? Yeah? And another tip, how can people get more confident on video? Not only for whoever's in this room, but I know people that will be watching and that want to be getting a video. So how has it impacted your business being a video? And number two, how can they get more confident or in front of the camera?
Yeah, the way I see it is like video is going to be the main medium that stuff is going to be consumed on for the next probably 100 years. So it's the only skill I could say for the next 100. By the time we're dead, this is the one skill that's going to be paying off every single day. I think people will be more accustomed to doing more video. I think text is going to not do as well. Maybe like small little bits on Twitter and shit like that. But long form content, I think it's going to go video. So all I can say is that if you're afraid of doing video, you just kind of have to grab onto your nuts and just do it. I mean, that's all. That's it. There is no like secret little word I can say like, yeah. Like it's an inspirational phrase. You just gotta like dig down deep and do a video. That's all you can really do.
Can I ask a question
Yeah.
just to finish? Why did you choose video as your, other than, I know you've gone through why you want to differentiate, but why did you think it was going to be a good medium for you personally? How did you kind of create your character around it? And were you nervous when you first started doing it?
Yeah, so I hate doing videos, just FYI, I fucking hate every second of it. You know? I get up in the morning, I'm like, really the afternoon is when I get up. I get up in the afternoon, I'm like, fuck, I gotta do a video. And I'm like, god damn it, like, I hate it. It feels like I'm getting needles in my eyeballs when I'm talking about it. So I really hate it, but it makes so much money that it's just like, I can suck it up and do it. So, and if you want to market, man, the video live streams is it's such a quick, easy way to get in someone's head that you're really doing yourself a disservice and not learning how to and getting good at video. There's a huge skill with learning how to present and time your content. Yeah, I think you're hurting yourself if you're not mastering video on a daily basis.
Dan, have you got maybe a Facebook group or something like that?
What's that?
You've got like a Facebook group, a deadbeat group or something?
I do for my my paid courses. I don't have. I need to get a Facebook group. What's that?
For us, you make one.
You just go to just get my Tube Tycoon course, tubetycoon.com. You get on my Facebook group there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Right.